So, I would like to show you a current new track. It's called Run, and this is something like a behind the scenes or a short description on how I made this thing. And as you can see, it's a very a larger ensemble or orchestra. And I also have a good guitar, and the entire track is mostly driven by the violins or by the strings itself. And I have a percussion set and some flutes and some clarinets and so on. Nothing special, some horns in the middle. Different tempo changes. And I really liked to try a new approach in Dorico, which means I mostly drafted the entire piece on staff pad, on the iPad, on the couch, basically. This was done in about 4 hours or so. And then I exported the music XML to Dorico Pro on the workstation, and I of course use Noteperformer, so I reevaluate Noteperformer in its current version, and I loaded the BBC Symphony Orchestra Professional that I have in place. As you can see, there are many of these libraries available, and I use BBC because it's really nice. And the reason re-evaluating Noteperformer is simply the sound and the dynamics, which is sometimes, especially for that piece, really crucial and important, because you don't want to do all those transitions between those different tempos and between those different articulations. You don't want to do this by hand. So Dorico and Noteperformer is doing this for you. So when we take a look at the dynamics, for example, we see that Noteperformer is changing the velocity as well as CC11 and CC1. We don't have pitch bend, but as you can see, CC11 is changing depending on what I wrote in the piece. And this is, to be honest, it's really an advantage. So you can focus on writing and don't need to care about all these things here in the bottom. You don't need to automate any stuff. It just works. And of course you can manipulate it, or you can draw in the channels, maybe something like here for BBC. But as you can see, even that vibrato and so on is driven by Dorico itself. So Dorico knows the dependencies of BBC professional orchestra. And what I also did is I built a previous setup. So I use Reaper, and all what I have here is simply an incoming stream, audio stream, and I applied an Air Studio's reverb. It's a very broad reverb, so this is just for demonstration purposes, so that I can have a good feeling about the reverbs, microphone setups, and so on. So, but that's not the final thing. So when all those individual audio tracks from Noteperformers are baked to WAV file, I will assign different reverbs for each individual instrument. And I think this is really fast and super handy. It works out of the box, and you don't need like a million RAM. So even when I have a really fast system, this works really great. And I will replay it now. Yeah, as you can hear, it sounds really great. And yeah, I think for me personally, this workflow is really the faster one. So in the past, I did build my tracks inside of Ableton or Cubase, but this has the disadvantage that you have to do so many manual things, especially when you work on an orchestral piece. And this is really super fast and simple. So you can even stream with TXL timecode. You can stream your timecode data, MTC data to Cubase or Reaper. And for example, when you want to have some audio files which have to align with your piece, so you can drop your audio in Reaper and it will be played at the same time. Synchronization. So I hope this will show you the capabilities of Dorico and this workflow, especially when you know how to write music, or when you have at least some basic knowledge about music. It's super fast to write something. And as you can see, I can just change all the dynamics. So as you can see, 13 bar 13, and yeah, Dorico will do the rest for you. As you can see here, it will change automatically, and I can, as you can see, this is something that you can't achieve in Cubase with that precision and with that automation. So this is really, really a great step into a faster working environment. And maybe it will help you too. Noteperformer itself is just a payment of $10 a month, so this is really affordable, and it's a rent-to-own option for $10 a month for 1 year, and then you have it. So, and this piece could be essentially played by a real orchestra. It sounds plausible and realistic. So in the coming days I will finish this piece. I will export the stems to Reaper, fine balance and master them, and then it's done. Some title images I will also create. And I hope you like it and this short introduction into this workflow. And I hope you will leave some comments and some ideas. Maybe you have some more ideas about how to use Dorico more efficiently. For me, I can say the approach to write the guitars for ampli guitar, for the external VST ampli guitar inside of the guitar tabs right in here in Dorico is first really fast, and it works with ampli guitar out of the box. I hope it will help you too, or maybe could be inspiring for you. So see you, bye.